Aloha! Today's video is about variation with line. This is a basic start in understanding that the quality of your line, thick or thin or somewhere in between, can make a huge difference in your art. This is a good example. The words are at different thicknesses and feel like they have different visual weight based on those thicknesses. This can be very impactful with color as well. So as you can see, the first is how we would write love any other time. Add a little thickness with the side of the marker and it gets a little more interesting. Add a lot of thickness by using two lines to delineate the actual size of the letter you want, and then filling it in creates a huge impact. Another way that line works in our art can be seen right here. Line quality can make the difference between a piece of art looking and operating very quickly and looking good. So I'm going to play with different markers and pens that will give me different line quality. I'm first going to use a thin pen to begin adding the hair to my picture. As you notice, as I'm adding these lines, more for texture than anything else, they're very thin. For me to make this look like a full head of hair, I would be working for a very long time. However, if I use a thicker marker and use the side of the marker to help me, I can fill in my space much quicker. Of course, I'm just doing this one very quickly and I'm not working as hard on it as I would on an actual self-portrait. But as you can see, while it still takes time, I can vary my lines to give it a little more texture. So using more of the side of my marker, I can fill in my space just a little bit faster. And as it overlaps, I now have an interesting texture and color going on. Ultimately, however, I would finish my picture very quickly. Another way that we can see line quality and how it impacts our design would be if we use just simple designs that could be present in any artwork as a decorative element. So starting with the thin, if I were to increase the size of my marker, how would that change it? And depending on the impact that you want it to make on your artwork would depend on what you would choose. Remembering that line can definitely change the character and the quality of every project that we do. Have fun, play around, experiment on a spare sheet of paper, different kinds of line quality. Aloha!